All right, today we're my son Andy and I we're in Dauphin County, Stony Valley. This is right off of Clark's Valley Road where we are, and we're going to try to get up to a feature called Devil's Racecourse, and it's about 1.75 miles up. I think it's Stony Mountain, and it's a large boulder field. We did try to do this a couple of weeks ago, or about a week ago. I just followed the phone GPS and the Google Maps, and that led me to totally the wrong place. We ended up going down a road, and it ended up being then gated off, and we had to walk like 3-4 miles. We never really got there; it just got to be too much of a walk. So this time I've gone and parked in a parking lot where I've seen a couple of YouTubers park. Namely, the Wandering Woodsman is one video I did look at, and I thank him for putting up the video, and I'm going to try to go his route. I might go up to the Henry Nauber Trail, which is a steeper trail. It goes right up the side of the mountain. It's about 1.75 miles. The other trail sort of angles off to the left, and it's about 3 miles. It's much more of a gentler climb from what I understand, but it's also 3 miles. So we'll see. We'll probably try the Henry Nauber Trail, and we'll try that route and get there a little bit quicker. All right, we'll see you on the trail. This is Clark's Creek right here. And Clark's Valley Road, which is Route 325, which is where this parking lot is sort of parallels Clark's Creek all the way up. And this will be the trail here that we'll be heading up. I'm kind of hoping we'll see some wildlife, maybe even some bears. You say, he just say bears? It's like, yeah, I actually would not mind seeing a black bear. They're not aggressive. They won't attack, only if they feel threatened, or maybe if you find a mother with some cubs, but even then. Thing to do is just sort of back away, not run, if you see a bear. And you're not going to get attacked. But anyway, we'll see what we can see. Alright, let's see this here. And there's the Henry Nauber Trail. See it? It's faded in. So it looks like we have to go straight. Oh, anyway, it looks like it's that way. Is that a trail this way too? Kinda is not. Oh, it is? No. Alright, so we'll head up this way. Nice little stream here, sort of comes out of nowhere, right at the edge of the path. This is the path we're walking on here. It's pretty rocky. So a little fern grotto here. Well, so far I'm not seeing this sign for the Henry Nauber Trail. Oh, I see a sign up here. Hold on. Okay, I see it. Here it is. Okay, so now we have a sign for the Henry Knobber Trail. This is the one that was where we had to make a decision. I'm going to go straight up the mountain, the steeper climb, or kind of head that way and kind of go the way we've been going.
Which one's shorter?
This way.
Go straight.
Straight it is. A little bit of information about Henry Knobber himself. Put that there. You can pause it if you like to read the information. Let's go. All right, we're heading up the Henry Knobber Trail. Let's see if an old fart and a young man, both inexperienced hikers, can get to the Devil's Racecourse. If you're watching this video, spoiler alert, that means we got there. So far the bug spray is working. Is it working for you? Okay, it's good. We only have about a mile and a half, maybe a mile, actually about a mile maybe to go. No problem, right? Except it's all straight uphill and full of rocks. There's a couple of blocks there. Looks like they were carved rocks. Not sure what that is. Doesn't seem like it's a natural, it's too squared off. There's a lot of coal mining activity in these hills back in the, middle, late 1800s into the early 1900s. So, it wouldn't be unusual to see remnants of that as we make our way up the mountain. Those boulders over there.
Is that part of it?
Nope. Not yet. Well, it's 91 degrees today, and we're climbing up the side of a mountain. We're taking the most difficult trail to get to where we're going. Yeah, I'm sweating a little bit, but we should be all right. See, we have the red blazes here. That signifies the Henry Knobber Trail. All right, let's do some climbing here. Sure, my legs are going to be like rubber by the time we get up there. Well, they don't call this Stony Valley for nothing. It's going to get a little steeper here. You want to take a break? Okay. Let's get a drink of water. Maybe letting the young guy make the decision on which trail to go up. Might have been not the wisest thing to do. Oh boy. But we'll get there. Alright. The climb has gotten quite a bit steeper. You've had to take breaks here every so many feet or so. It's kind of tough going. Take a nice long break when we get to the top. Then we'll go looking for Devil's Racecourse. One thing you want to do is bring plenty of water with you. Which we did. We have 4 bottles. Hopefully that's enough. The climb up here is probably going to be the most difficult. Of course we got to come back down this way, but shouldn't be as bad. Hopefully. So we got a spring coming out from underneath of a tree. It's kind of interesting. And that's the path that's ahead of us yet. But we're getting there. The trail's getting less rocky now. I think hopefully we're getting near the top. And look at what we have here. Somebody has made a cairn here. I guess folks who have successfully completed the Henry and Albert Trail can put a stone here. I guess we get to put a stone here, each of us. Let's find a stone. Shouldn't be too hard. This is Stony Mountain. Of course, when you want to find a stone, there's none to be found. I think I see one over here. I got a good one. There's mine. A little muddy, but it'll get cleaned off with the next rain. Andy's going to find his stone. We have a little trail going off to the left here. Actually, that's not much of a trail. I wouldn't even call that a trail, Andy. Andy's going to put his stone there.
Over there.
No, that's, well... Whoa! This is like Jenga. Okay. I'm not sure that's going to stay there. I put it down lower. Put it down on top of mine on the left-hand side there. Over the mud all over it. Don't shade. I don't want to ruin it now. Okay. That's our addition to the cairn. Let's keep moving. Alright, we came across this trench dug out. This is obviously dug out in the past. Does that water look kind of orangey to you? Does it? He's not answering. But this could be a result of mining. Probably is, actually. Not sure why they would dig a trench here. I've seen this odd pond in other videos. Pretty deep, actually. But I believe it's got an orange cast to it, which would indicate mine water leaching out of some mine. There might have been a mine here one time, and what they do is when it gets abandoned, they just seal the mine shaft up, but the water still kind of spills out. This whole mountain here was, had mine activity. Well, I mentioned that before in the video. All through the probably 1800s and then even into the 1900s. Continue onward here. Okay, we finally came out onto a large trail. Put the camera around and show you there. This is the Henry and Albert Trail. You can see the red blaze. We had to come through a number of swampy places. Try to get up here. Note to self, shop for hiking boots. Should be able to head down the path here and watch for the Devil's Racecourse off to our left. No, I don't see it yet. They say you can see it clearly through the trees especially when the sun's shining, which it kind of is today, because of the the rocks reflect the light. I think it's a little ways up here. Now, as far as I know, there's no real path from here to get down to it. You have to kind of go through the woods once you see it off to the left. What's that? Yeah, you should be able to see the rocks. I see sunlight down there.
I see the rock.
No, that's not it. It's much more pronounced than that. Where do you see it? This is one of the more difficult hikes, as you're probably already aware. But I'm also planning on doing the 1,000 steps.
No.
Well, maybe you won't, but I'm going to give it a shot. Out in Mount Union, I believe. It's up in that area. Jack's Mountain, I believe, is the area. Just to give my YouTube viewers a little taste. It was a trail that was actually made by miners.
Go back to drone.
Yeah, just go and fly drones would be much easier than what we're doing now, that's for sure. Anyway, back to the 1,000 steps. The miners built this pathway up the mountain. They used to mine sandstone on the top of this mountain, and the train would zigzag up the mountain to bring the sandstone down and take the workers up in the morning and then bring it back down. Well, the workers got tired of the length of time it took for the train to zigzag up the mountain, so they built a pathway going all the way up the side of the mountain using stones. And much of it resembles a staircase. And it's over 1,000 steps, really. I think it's like 1,200 or might be 1,020 or something like that. But you walk up the side of this mountain. Beautiful views from what I'm told. And there is also the abandoned train shed up at the very top of the mountain, what used to store the engine. Of course, there are no trains anymore, but the views are spectacular once you get up there, and on your way up, too. Alright, we think we see the Devil's Racecourse down here. We have to cut through the woods in order to get to it, off the path. Kind of a pain. So we'll just plow our way through here. Make lots of noise. My son actually saw a small bear earlier crossing the path up there. So we're going to make noise here. Hello, hello! No bears, no bears! No bears! Just watch where you're walking. It's tough to through here. Oh, we can count some rocks here.
What is it?
No. Well, this is sort of going to block our way, though. Let me see.
Oh.
Not it.
Go to the left.
To the left. Jeez. You'll know it when you see it. It's pretty striking. And we did see it. How far down is it? Okay, going to the left. Oops. Okay, these are not trails, so. Well, okay, we can jump from rock to rock. Not sure I want to come back this way, though. If there's an easier way. Ouch. And be careful when you step between the rocks, because most are just leaves. So don't step between the rocks if you can help it. They just sink right down. You get your ankle caught in the rocks. And watch out for snakes. Ooh, I don't know if this is the best path to take there, bud. This is not probably the best path to take. All right, we are very close to it now. They really need to have a path directly to the Devil's Racecourse from that trail, because we really had to plow our way through the woods to get down here. We really didn't know where to do it. We just kind of guessed at it. But we did kind of see something in the distance. All right. Ooh. Watch these rocks here. This is already looking impressive. Now, be careful between, especially here, step between these rocks here. There's just pine needles and stuff here. That's all it is. See if I can get over here. I'm going to sink right down into some chasm.
This is it?
This is it.
I don't think we can get back.
Well, at least we got here. Maybe someday somebody finds our dead bodies, finds this camera, they'll publish this video for us. Well, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Devil's Racecourse. Now, I'm going to step over here. Wow, this is impressive. Look at that. We are right in the middle of the big section, too. Looks like a lot of sandstone here with pebbles in it. Look at the size of some of these boulders, Andy. Pretty amazing. It's pretty large. I mean, it's not very wide, but it's long. Now I'm going to try to walk over here with tired legs without falling through. Look at the lichen on the rocks here, growing all over the rocks. You can hear. Do you actually hear the water? When you get out here, you can hear the water. Whoa, some of these rocks are loose, so be careful. I can hear the water very clearly when I'm in this middle section here. Let me see if the Osmo can pick it up here. There actually is a creek running underneath here. I believe it turns into Rattling Run Creek. A little ways up there. Right now this is called the Devil's Racecourse. Now, My understanding is it got its name from early settlers who thought the sound of the rattling brook underneath here was the sound of the devil racing underground. Really impressive. To my knowledge, I'm not sure that they know exactly how it was formed. It may have had something to do with glacial. When the glaciers came down here. And then they got to a certain point, and then they stopped and deposited all the debris they've been pushing down. It may have something to do with the eroding rock, which sort of naturally found the lowest place and ended up down here. But I'm not really sure. You hear the creek?
Yeah.
Underneath of it? Now this is about where we Andy saw the bear cross over the path, and we just heard a twig snap on the left-hand side over there. So a pretty large twig. So, oop, thought I heard something more. Well, yeah, that could be a bear there. Let's go about our business. He'll go about his. She looked good. She looked fine. All right, we made it back to the parking lot. Came back down the Heavy Knobber Trail. That trail almost kicked our butt, but we finally got here. I'm too tired to say anything else. So, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Please hit the bell, and you'll get your notifications when I put up new videos. And please like the video if you like it. All right, you guys take care now. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
What?